Welcome back to the show. My name is elliottdesai. You're watching On the Trend. Today is April 22nd. It's Earth Day, and this video is a recap of my past week, some explanations of the dancer episode, and new music, what's happening this weekend. It's a packed episode. This is On the Trend. I officially moved into my new apartment. It's a one-bedroom. I still live in Los Angeles, California. I love my neighborhood. I have a parking spot. I have these beautiful windows. But now we're introducing the new and improved, the new Elliott Desai, the new On the Trend, Season 3. We launched a new episode back on March 3rd. It was a dancer episode. It was 10 hours of footage. Truly, 10 hours of footage that I spent 8 months editing. I had hours of interviews, hours of dancing, hours of intros, and it turned into a really fantastic episode. It's 15 minutes long. It's on onthethrendnow.com, the new website. If you haven't watched it yet, I really encourage you to go check it out. I love it. The whole process was a huge learning experience. I had never taken on a project that felt like a documentary before. I interviewed all 5 dancers in the month of August of 2021, but then I was overwhelmed with the task at hand. So I took the winter off, worked on some other projects, and then the beginning of this year, I dove straight back into the edit. I had a person named Kip help me. I had a friend named Maddie help me get it over the finish line. I launched a new website, onthethrendnow.com. Everything that you could ever want or imagine or hope to see from Elliott Desai, from On the Trend, it's now on the website. The new ethos, the new vision for On the Trend Season 3 is to return to my radio show roots. Back at UCLA, I had a weekly radio show named Amusement Park. Every week I showed up for an hour, I played new music, and I shared anecdotes from my life. So it's similar to what I'm hoping for the rebirth of Season 3, where I spend a lot of my time meeting new people, having new experiences, going to new restaurants, bars, galleries, exhibits, events, and I'd love to share and showcase all those experiences with On the Trend, with the people watching this show. Back on Monday, I went and saw Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, I won't give you any spoilers, but the overall essence is something that I've been thinking about for a while, where when I was growing up, I feel like I thought there were second chances, that there was another way things could happen. And as I've continued growing in honestly the past year of my life, I realized that this is just life. I read 2 books and I recommend them to everybody that I speak to. The Artist's Way and The Daily Stoic have truly been so transformative to my life. They've shaped my mindset, where now every morning I wake up, I do 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing. I read that day's Daily Stoic. I write to myself, I journal to myself. I have a sketchbook where I just let out all my dreams and all my ideas. These 2 books have given me such an amazing mindset of experiencing and observing and living through the day-to-day of life, where on Monday night, I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. And the whole concept is about how there's infinite amounts of timelines that your life trajectory could be on. So I love the concept. I loved how it was filmed. If I had access to my phone, I probably would have been a little bit distracted and not as invested in the movie, because it does take, I would say, the first 20 minutes of the film to really get into it. Mostly because the main character is confused. So as an audience member, I'm also a little bit confused as to what's going on. But then about 20 minutes into the movie, the main character gets it. And then as an audience, you understand like the magical time jumping, universe jumping game that they're playing. Another movie I saw this week, I went and saw it last night. It's called Paris, the 13th District. Went to the Cannes Film Festival, I don't know when, I think in 2021, and now it's playing in certain theaters. I went and saw it at the Landmark Theater in Westwood by myself. I mean, the theater was huge, but it was only me and 3 other people inside the theater last night. Private viewing experience, and it's so well made. The themes are about love and compassion and loss and sadness and growing up and being an adult. There's kind of a few comparisons between Everything Everywhere All at Once and Paris, the 13th District. Both films kind of touch on the overall theme of the choices you make in life and the way that you interact with people and the opportunities you do and do not take and the pivots you go about in life, how that all influences where you're going and who you meet and how you grow. And it's all about love. All these movies are about love. Also, I love that both of these movies star Asian women. Like, that's amazing. As a person of color, I love seeing people of color as leads in movies. Also, when it's like not always about their culture. So anyways, I recommend both movies. Plug for AMC. Apparently there's a Stubbs movie pass, $30 a month, 3 movies a week. I probably should just bought it if I'm gonna see this many movies. So now that I'm in a new home, I need to get a TV or some sort of large entertainment viewing screen. Something to watch films on. For TV shows, oh my gosh, I finished Inventing Anna. I watched Euphoria, obviously. The Righteous Gemstones. The Righteous Gemstones on HBO Max. Super funny show. It's honestly so absurd, but has laugh out loud moments. I haven't kept up with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The way the Hulu show is being filmed is distinctly new in comparison to how E! News was making it. So that's what I'm watching. Those are the film and TV I'm currently consuming. On Tuesday night, I checked out a new restaurant. Now, Wow, this restaurant, so what, the prompt of the evening was, let's get dinner around 8:39 p.m. There's so many places to eat Thai food all around Los Angeles. Honestly, I don't think you can get bored of any of them. I hope not. I mean, there's like the typical chains that are unique to LA, but I like trying new things. It's my job to try new things. It's my purpose in life to be exploring and being social and just being out and about experiencing life and then showcasing, you know, what's on the trend. If I'm listening to something, experiencing something, or eating something, and it feels new, or at least new to me, and feels like something that's share-worthy, nowadays I'm just like, you know what this is? You know what this is? This is on the trend. This is on the trend now. This is on the trend now. So I Googled and I found a Thai restaurant over on Sunset Boulevard. Yes, it's called Toi on Sunset, T-O-I, Toi on Sunset. Yo, you got it. Let me just read. The way they describe it is they call it typical Thai cuisine served in a colorful rock and roll themed setting with late night hours. It's open till midnight. A 9 p.m. outing to go eat some new Thai food? Sign me up. 7505 Half Sunset Boulevard. It's so fucking cool. You walk inside, every wall has a different pattern on it. It's covered in artwork. I could have taken more photos while I was there, but I just recommend you go check it out. I can show you just a visual, like here's just like a bird's eye view of where it physically is located off of Sunsets, but the inside is so cool. There's leopard print, there's stools, there's booths, there's tables. There's this one like stage that has cushions and a low-rise table that couples can sit and eat dinner at. It had such a cool environment. The walls had portraits of famous rock singers and musicians. The interior design is noteworthy. It's been there for a while, so I recommend checking it out. The food was delicious. Obviously, took home leftovers. I just really recommend. And there's not a lot of Thai restaurants open till midnight, so it could become a new go-to. It could become a mainstay. Hey, and maybe they'd want to be featured for an interview. Maybe they want an editorial. Maybe they want a write-up. Maybe they want a photo shoot. I don't know. On the trend. It could be anything. And then Wednesday, I went and saw a showcase. Now, if you live in LA, honestly, if you live in any major city, there's always tons of music showcases happening around in every single neighborhood. A showcase group called Breaking Sound. They were hosting at Madame Siam over on Hollywood Boulevard. I love Madame Siam. It's right next to Dirty Laundry and No Vacancy, two other iconic bars and restaurants that you have to check out if you're in the area. I hadn't been back to Madame Siam since like 2019, so I was excited to go back to the venue, but I was supporting my friend Nick. I met Nick in college. He has a band named Taxi. He writes, he performs, he sings amazing jazzy full band music. Like, he had a 7-piece band. He had a guitar player, a bassist, a drummer, a keyboard, and 2 saxophones. Full 7-person band. Jazzy, amazing, so fun. Saw other friends from UCLA who are also there. There's so many showcases around LA happening on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just got pitched one. Here's a new one I want to try. A guy named Tom reached out about a venue named Bordner's, and it's based over in Hollywood. Apparently every Friday night, it has an indie dance party called Club Decades. Seems cool. I should put together a list because there are a lot of venues that are primarily restaurants or like late night bars that also have live music or comedy nights. There's just a lot of cool things to see. I mean, that's the whole reason why I started On the Trend, is to showcase experiences and amplify really cool creatives. As I visit these new places, I will share more about them. There's a new bar called Grandmaster Recordings that's really cool. Gosh, there's just so many. That night I was drinking whiskey sours. I think you guys mostly know me to be a tequila guy. I'm a tequila guy. I love a gin martini. This week I was in a whiskey mood. I want to eventually get a credenza with a record player and a bar cart over in my apartment. Maybe I'll do it over there. I'm currently sitting in essentially an empty box. I made this setup look good for the purpose of filming today's episode, but like, I don't have a couch, I need a new desk, I don't have a place to eat breakfast, I have no groceries. Oh, and then yesterday, okay, so I have a friend named Stein who is now in grad school at UCLA for architecture, and he posted a photo of this really trippy art installation, so I hit him up asking how long it would be up for. It's only up for 2 more days, so sorry, you missed it. I mean, I always love revisiting UCLA's campus. It's beautiful, it's a haven, it's a kingdom in the middle of LA, and I will say that, because UCLA is the best university in the country and in the world, and in my personal opinion. Moment of reflection. Acknowledging difficult years and renewing hope for the future. Moment of Reflection is a multi-sensory immersive experience that commemorates the beauty of nature and seeks to aid in our collective renewal through the power of art. Created specifically for our community by celebrated UCLA artist and alumnus Refikanadol, developed in partnership with UCLA School of Arts and Architecture. It is so cool. I sat there for 30 minutes just listening to the music and watching. I would love to have one of those in my house. If I could have, I mean, that would be huge. The screen was bigger than my home. So don't think I could actually host one of these things in my home. Ideally, it's like month-long activations. That way, the moment I talk about it on the show, you also can go out and see it. If you were on psychedelics or like on shrooms watching this visual, that would be an amazing afternoon. Megan Thee Stallion released a new song, Plan B. It's a vibe. It's like, sounds very like OG. Who am I to say this? But I've been a Megan Thee Stallion fan since 2019. I'm an OG hottie. Omar released a new album. It's pretty good, I recommend. I'm back on my Anderson .Paak vibe, revisiting Malibu and Venice. Watched the Grammys a few weeks ago. So I'm turning 26 on May 1st. So a birthday gift to myself was to have my own apartment finally. I lived in LA for almost 8 years, have always had roommates, and now finally, I live in a 1-bedroom in a beautiful neighborhood. I'm close to all the things I want to go to. And my 3 goals for moving into a new place was 1, I wanted my bathroom to always be accessible to me. 2, I wanted my kitchen to be left exactly how I left it. And 3, I want to walk around naked. I just want to be in my home, in the privacy and comfort of my own abode, and be free to look and be however I want to be. It started raining in LA last night, so I Googled, what did I Google? No, I searched Japanese jazz when driving on a warm rain night. I'm favoriting this, I'll link it in the description. I was sitting on the floor, writing to myself, journaling to myself. Because of the rain last night, the sky is like a beautiful shade of blue today. You know what I could do right now? I could share with you today's Daily Stoic. That'd be great. You wanna hear today's Daily Stoic? I can tell you that. This is the book that I recommend to everybody I speak to. It's the Daily Stoic. I received it on April 23rd, 2021. Today marks exactly 1 year of me reading the Daily Stoic. 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. You flip open a page and it has a date at the top of it. It has a quote from a famous Stoic, and then the author, Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, they give you a little anecdote, some explanation, ways to apply it to your personal life. April 22nd, the marks of a rational person. And the quote is from Marcus Aurelius on meditations. I'm a host, I'm a radio host, I have a voice for radio and a face for TV. April 22nd, the marks of a rational person. These are the characteristics of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. It reaps its own harvest, it succeeds in its own purpose. Marcus Aurelius. The little subquote is, to be rational today, we have to do just 3 things. First, we must look inward. Next, we must examine ourselves critically. Finally, we must make our own decisions, uninhibited by biases or popular notions. It's almost like annotating text back when you were in college, where I'm now reading it and breaking down each sentence. So the one a few days ago, April 19th, was our sphere of impulses, and it went, Epictetus says we must discover the missing art of ascent and pay special attention to the sphere of our impulses, that they are subject to reservation, subject to the common good, and that they are in proportion to actual work. And so I broke down this quote to mean to me that acting on your instinct needs to be in service of the greater good, like in the pursuit of happiness. Every single day, you're confronted with so many things. A lot of things you see on Twitter, or just people you meet on random occasions. It feels like a lot of people interpret life as happening at them, but life happens with you. Every day goes exactly as it's gonna go. Every day unfolds exactly as it's gonna be. Every day is a new day. And when you're confronted with an obstacle, a person, a challenge, that's exactly as it's gonna be. I know this sounds super woo-woo and super like philosophical, but when I was growing up, I think I used to think there were like do-overs in life. Like if I was experiencing something in my head, I was thinking, well, this could be done differently, or this, I will have another opportunity to do this once more. Maybe it's because like my brain is fully developing and I'm turning 26 in 10 days, but exactly a year ago, I made some decisions to live a more free, independent, fulfilling future. I'm getting closer and closer to these goals every single day. I'm surrounding myself with people who are entrepreneurs, who are creatives, who just want to be free and explore creativity in the world. So now that I have this mindset where I believe in just being grateful for every day, and I believe in letting things go, that things couldn't happen, things shouldn't happen, things just simply are. It's like the theme of April for this Daily Stoic is unbiased thought. Things only happen to you if you let them happen to you. If someone's mean to you, they're only mean to you if you let them be mean. If someone's mean, that's their business. That's whatever the hell they're going through, and I feel unbothered, bounced off, and completely fine. Back in January, I had a really incredible morning routine where I woke up, didn't look at my phone, had an analog clock to tell me the time of day, and then went about my morning for a full hour without technology. This morning, I did the exact same thing. My alarm went off at 8:30, took a shower, went on a walk, got breakfast, sat down, journaled, read the Daily Stoic, and then started my day. Investing in myself and investing time in what makes me feel the most fulfilled, which is my happiness and my calmness and my cool collected sanity. That's how I feel like I'm putting my best foot forward. Last Thursday, I was at a new bar. Okay, another new bar. I'll name it here. I went to a bar called the Edmund. I've driven by it multiple times. It's off of Melrose. It's a hotel, has a beautiful backyard, free parking lot parking, and then the inside has a beautiful interior, really, really like tall, gorgeous like bar. And I was there with a friend, Madeline. We were talking about marketing. We were talking about music. We were talking about artists. While I was at that bar, some random girl on my timeline tweeted, I don't know if anyone else is having this problem, but why do I feel so irritated all the time? Like anybody does something so small and it irritates the shit out of me. Now, I read this and like, I don't have to use Twitter, but I quote tweeted it. The ways that I don't feel irritated or anxious every day is first, in the morning, express gratitude for the literal day. Every day is a new day. Every day will go exactly as it will go. And I believe in a generous universe. That's what I believe. I truly believe in a generous universe. I believe that people are put in your path and experiences happen in your life to teach you new things and to grow and change and evolve as a human being. And so I'm grateful for every single day. I'm so grateful for every day. To be up, to be mobile, to be able to speak and smell. If you express gratitude every day for even just the small, regular, everyday things, life is so great. Letting go of expectations, giving into experiences, believing in the full moon, the new moon, the ebb and flow of life. This is elliottdesai. This is who I am. I hope that by me showing up weekly in these episodes where I recap my week and talk about the thoughts in my mind, I really do want to return to my radio show roots. It's amazing to think myself a year ago and what I was envisioning for my future and how a lot of the things that I put pen to paper on, made baby steps towards, are now happening today in my real life. Like, this is my real life. If you can't tell, I just feel very at peace because I think I have a better mindset on life than I ever had in my entire life. I'm excited to turn 26 because, I mean, it's not like I can stop turning 26, but I'm excited to turn 26. I'm excited to keep on living day to day. I'm excited to see how this show transforms. I need to interview more people. I am finally going to be working with more editors, more filmers, more tech people. On Monday, I went to a beer garden that I've been to before. Not a beer garden, but it's a restaurant over at the Grove that's been there since 1933. Market Tavern at the Grove, went to that on Monday night. Been there before. It was pretty good. I mean, I was enjoying beer. What did I even eat? I had fish and chips. It was fine. It's good if you're at the Grove. I wouldn't like go out of my way to go there. Last weekend, on Saturday, I finally went to a restaurant that I've been quite literally driving by for almost 3 years. It's called, I'm gonna mess it up. Wursthaus? It's a German restaurant, and our waiter was German. He said he's lived here for 4 years. I don't know if he's been working at that restaurant for 4 years, but when you're at a German restaurant and your waiter's German and he recommends the food and the beer, you just say yes. You close your eyes and say, yes, please. Yes, and? Yes, thank you, yes, more. Last night, I turned off my phone for 4 hours, and it was one of the best experiences I've had this month. I feel like Do Not Disturb is not the same. Like, when your phone's on Do Not Disturb, you still know your phone's on. But when your laptop's off and your phone is off, it feels like 2001, where I'm disconnected, no one can reach me. This is me diving back into the weekly radio show. This is On The Trend. My name is elliottdesai. If you enjoyed this episode, thanks. Share it with a friend. Have an excellent rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I'm turning 26 on May 1st. So all my Taurus babies out there, all my Taurus babes, here we go. All right, ciao. Adios. Hasta luego.